Hello and welcome. This is Tucker0993, and we are going to try to, well, what we're going to do is we're going to try to make a recording for YouTube. If you see this, looks like it worked. If not, well, I'm the only one that looks like a fool. We're going to play a little bit of EU4 today. We're going to try Brandenburg. We're going to go for the Form Germany achievement, I guess. It's one of the ones I do not have. I've played as Brandenburg a fair bit, but I'm not very good at EU4, despite having about 200 or so hours into it, and watching a whole lot. We're going to call this the German ideas YouTube, and we will go ahead and start here. Watching down. Oh, let her load up a little bit. Alright, and we are here. Again, we are Prussia. We're going to go ahead and start off, as I almost always do, and build up to my force limit. We do not have any rivals. First, let's see if we can't get Austria. Open up all these things. Yeah, we can. We want to make Austria our friend, because they're the emperor. And we really, really do not want them to... once we start expanding, there will be a fair bit of aggressive expansion. We really don't want them to get mad at us. We will do that. How's Poland feel about us? We could probably get Poland. I don't think I'm too worried about it. Poland doesn't like... yeah, we'll go ahead and rival the Teutons. And I guess also Bohemia, obviously. We're not going to have a good time with Bohemia. So that's a safe one. And then we will go ahead and get... Mecklenburg. Mecklenburg. We will go ahead and start... I don't think we have any missions that will give us that. No, Pomerania, and then once we get that, we'll get Silesia and yeah, no. So we will go ahead and start building our spy network there. We'll go ahead and open up our trade. Map. So we are collecting in Saxony. No, we're not actually. We will be. And we will take this from the guy in wine, George von Hohenzollern. We'll collect from trade here in our home node, and then yeah, I think that's what we're going to do, because we're going to be able to move into the Lübeck node very, very quickly, which is kind of where we want to be. And in fact, we will go ahead and do the transfer trade power from our guy in Krakow. That way, in about 8 days, we can do the hostile trading and get more claims up here, which is going to help us a lot, especially once we take Mecklenburg and Lüneburg. Once we start getting those claims, and we can actually maybe look at going to war with Lübeck, hopefully in a defensive action. That'd be preferable. Let's go ahead and start looking at our income and things. We're making a fair bit of money. We're going to keep that. That's actually going to go down once we get our other 3 troops brought over to us. Diplomacy. Let's go ahead and do our estates. Let's open these up. We will go ahead and that will give us 10 influence. That will bring us up to 50. I'd kind of like that to be at 75. So let's go ahead and start looking at if we can give anybody the burgers. We cannot. We've actually got a lot of our land is already given to the estates, which is unfortunate. We can get 15 there. That'll bring us up to 71, which is not quite where I want it to be. That will bring us up to, what is it, 48, which will give us access to these. So we'll go ahead and do seek support. We'll go ahead and send an emissary to the Pope. Go ahead and get minister and an inquisitor. We'll go ahead and demand our 150 admin. Nobility is already very, very high. We'll go ahead and give them that. That way that's just together. And then we'll demand our 150 points. The only one we haven't done is our burgers. I guess we can go ahead and grant monopoly charters. Oh, we cannot. Ooh. I guess we just did that. Well, shoot. That's a mess up right there, but we'll go ahead and take some money and Diplo. They're not happy, but it should be fine. I think Rupin is theirs. No, Altmark. So we can go ahead and pour some of these points in here to try to make them a little bit happier. If we're going to do that, we should probably turn on the edict. Wasted a little bit of points there. Yeah. But it shouldn't be too bad. We'll go ahead and up that. 2 points there, and then I guess 1 point into taxes. Now they're evened out. We're still making money, still doing this. Alright. And I think at this point we are ready to go ahead and press play. Yep. Yep, we'll go ahead and do that. Ooh, that was probably... So luckily that was a -10. Right? Yeah, I believe so. And we'll go ahead and let some time pass. We got another guy free. Let's look to see if there's anyone that we know that would like to be our ally. There's a bunch actually. We could go ahead and get Saxony as our friend. Saxony will be very useful. Hopefully in the fight against Bohemia eventually. Unfortunately, I do want some of this land, so we might have to betray them shortly. But as of right now, I think that wouldn't be a terrible plan. Let's look at Anhalt. Yeah, Anhalt's with Saxony. Magdeburg is allied with Austria. That's a lot of bad there. Lumberg. Yep, Lumberg is going to be rough because they're allied with Saxony and they have their transfer trade power to Lubeck. So maybe Saxony's not the best choice. Who else do we got? We could do Ansbach. It's Ansbach's one OP in one province minor, but there is a chance that we could inherit Ansbach if our ruler dies while our heir is still alive. Our heir is currently the leader of Ansbach, so if our ruler dies and the leader of Ansbach becomes the leader of Brandenburg, then we'll also get Ansbach underneath us, and so that wouldn't take a extra. We would already have that relationship slot basically held. Who else do we got? I don't like Mainz, and I don't like Cologne because we can't marry them. Let's look at possible electors. The Palatinate wouldn't be a bad one. Is that these guys here? Yes, it is. How do you guys feel about me? That could be a decent one. They're allied with Trier and Ansbach. They're kind of spread out, so we could possibly use them with some help. We could marry them right now, and then we'll be able to get the alliance. We've currently only got one person that is Austria. I wouldn't mind saving one for here, though. And in fact, we could royal marry them right now and make that a very permanent relationship. But right now, we're not allied with them. So I would like to be allied with them before we do anything like that. So we'll go ahead and improve with Poland. There's probably something going to happen up here with Danzig, which will bring Poland directly into war with them, which is possibly good for us because we could use that war to come over here and take Neumark. I do not believe we have. We might. Nope, that's not the right map mode. We'll come over here and we will look at. Not that one. Is it maybe the diplomatic? No. Well, it might be. Yeah, because right now we don't have anything on Neumark. So maybe instead of that, we should be fabricating on Neumark. But as of right now, it's not. And there's a possibility that the Teutons may offer to sell us Neumark, which would be quite useful. So as of right now, what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our regular map mode. And I think we're actually going to drop maintenance on the army. Drop maintenance down to about half. I don't see us going to war anytime in the very, very near future. Like, not here immediately. Oh, look. Yep, everyone wants to be our friend. Which is just great. Not going to do Brunswick. Not going to do Saxony. Could do Saxony. Saxony I would like, especially because they are friends with a lot of people, but we plan on going to war with a lot of the people around us. So we've got the build a force limit. That's going to give us the morale of armies and land maintenance, but only for 25 years. So I'm actually going to hold off on taking this. At least for a little while. We will go over here and go ahead and tell them that we are not that with them then, I guess. I guess we're already allied with them, so that'll be fine right now. Let's look at our army. We do not have a leader. We'll go ahead and make our ruler and our heir into leaders. Heir is much better, but they're all still kind of fairly weak, so we don't really want to have them at risk as of right now. And we'll just kind of wait until we get some enough spy network against Mecklenburg, so we can go ahead and take both their provinces at once. I'm trying to build a war chest up to 100. If we have 100, we'll be able to buy Neumark straight away from the Teutons, which would be very, very useful. We'll go ahead and pop up to speed 4 for a moment here. Oh, I forgot about the trade. Again, I've got about just under 300 hours in this, and I will forget a lot of things to do. This game is very deep. If you're watching this, you've watched EU4 before, probably. And so I am by no means a professional player. In fact, I don't even consider myself a decent player at this game, but I enjoy it a lot. Okay. Pope answers only to God. Okay. France and England have the most cardinals, 2 each. We may wind up getting one in Berlin. Once the institution spawns, which I could have probably saved that click with the burgers until then, to start trying to buy that up. We're going to go ahead and claim here, Wismar. Let's see who they allied with. They've allied with Lithuania. That's actually not very good at all. I do not like that. We are friendly with Poland. Poland is still about 10 points away. That's actually not terrible. We'll go ahead and royal marry them now. That should give us 10 points of opinion. which should be able to get us the alliance offer. Saxe-Lauenburg? No. I think they're somewhere over here. Somewhere. I don't know. Once they added that, I could have probably clicked on their flag and it would have took me straight there. But I'm not super worried about it. Alright. So we should get either an alliance offer from Poland here shortly, or they will, in about 30 days, we'll be able to send one, yeah, in the 5th of November. Trying for the clergy, that's actually kind of not good. So we can take stability cost, and they gain influence, or we could lose the stability. We don't really want to do that. So instead of doing that, I would like to be at 1 stability to start gaining prosperity in my provinces. So I'll go ahead and spend 100, and then we'll follow there, and that will increase the price, but we've already done the 1 click that I'm willing to do, which is good. Alright, so now we have an alliance there. So now we will come down here, use the I really like the macro just because it takes one thing away from me having to worry about. I'll go ahead and send one of my diplomats to just top up relationships with all of my allies. That music came on very, very loud, so I will go ahead and game options that and turn the music volume down in and of itself. And again, this is my first try with recording for YouTube, so if the volume or anything's off, just let me know in the comment section. And I'd like to get our spy network up to Fate of Newmark up to 25. That way we can go ahead and buy or claim the last province there, and then we can go ahead and go to war with them potentially. Maybe not actually, unless something happens over here. If Poland takes Lithuania over, that will probably make that doable, because that would just be a war declaration against Lubeck, and we can just take that without anything, or we can make them pay us a shit ton of money. So we're gonna go ahead and offer. We don't quite have that much money right now, but we can get it. We can take a loan of 30. I'm not really keen on that. We could raise our debase our currency for 30. We've already done the click over here with the burgers for the contribution. We should have probably waited on that, but I like to do all those clicks all kind of at the same time. So we'll go ahead and offer. He accepts it. We'll go ahead and be 5 ducats in debt right now, which is fine. So we are claimed, we're cord. That's good. That will open up a new set of missions. So reclaim Newmark. The province of Newmark was once an integral part of Brandenburg. It was leased to the Teutons, but they've neglected the land, causing local burghers to demand a return to the old administration. Doing this, we will gain a claim on basically all of Pomerania, which is good. Let's look at Pomerania. They are allied with Scotland. Okay, so what we need to do now is we really want to go to war with Wismar. Hopefully take all of Wismar. And then we can basically take all of Pomerania, because Scotland is, as you know, way over here, and it looks like they're actually at war with... Yeah, they're at war with England. So we probably don't have to worry about Scotland. In fact, that's... if we're going to go to war with Pomerania, I'd kind of like our power projection. So I'd like to be rivaled with them. Speaking of that, we don't have any prestige, but we're going to go ahead and spend some. We're going to come over here to the Teutons. We're going to bring our diplomat back home. We are going to insult the Teutons. Yep, send an insult. And then once they come back, we will go ahead and scornful insult Bohemia. Send an insult, scornful. Huh, I actually like that. When the account of our time is written by future generations, they will look at you with the mix of pity and disgust called compassion. We actually are not able to do that because we do not have any prestige right now. Not very prestigious. Like spending that quite freely. So instead of doing that, we will go ahead and issue our embargoes. Embargo you. Embargo Mecklenburg, and we will go ahead and embargo on the 11th. We will embargo the Teutons. We have taken a loan, which is fine. We're still making a little bit of money, so we should be able to pay that off fairly shortly. And it does look like Lithuania is a junior partner. I should have gotten a notification of that, but it looks like I have not. We'll deselect all. We'll do best guess, and then all of Europe. I guess we could have just done all of Europe and saved a step, but it's fine. We will go ahead and come back to our allies. Did we issue our embargo? We did. So if we look at our trade, we will see that we have 3 embargoes on our 3 rivals, which is good. How much are we gaining per month? We are gaining 2.7. So once that's about, let's call it 18 or so, we'll go ahead and raise maintenance and think about hiring a general. We're still making some money, so we could go ahead and look in here. The most we're behind on is military. I do not like to focus right from the get, so instead we'll just go ahead and hire this guy for 1.1 monthly. Give us a little bit extra discipline, which will help us a lot in our first couple wars. Wismar is still only allied to Lubeck. How big is Lubeck's army? Come down here to Lubeck. Lubeck's only got 7,000. They've got 7,000, and then Mecklenburg has up to 7,000. Yeah, so that would be 14. So it would be a little bit hard from the get. They'll have 7. They'll have 7. Starting off, they'll have looks like 12 to oppose us. So our 11 should be able to do that if we hop on to Lubeck very quickly. Either way, it's going to be a fight in the woods, which is bad, but not terrible. It's doable. We could even go over the force limit a little bit, maybe by like 1 or 2 to give us 13, to just really hit them really hard. Petition for redress. Lose 10 prestige and loyalty. Don't really want that. Or 7 peasants in Sternberg. But they gain loyalty. Loyalty's good for manpower. You know what? We'll go ahead and raise our maintenance. We will be losing money. We'll come down here to Sternberg, and we will wait until our morale is full, and then we will deny their petition. Which is about right, because now we might have an extra month or so of high. Oh, Berkeley's declared war in England. Yep, England has made some people very angry. But that's expected. It's England. We'll go ahead and put a... What's our current... Yeah, our current cap is 10.4. Let's come over here and look at the nobility. We could do that, but that would put them over. We don't really want them over right now. But 40 tradition would be very nice. And if we were to take something from them, it would make them angry. Well, we did just help them. Well, we are about to help them. So that actually might not be a bad idea. So let's look at estates. Let's take something away from the nobility. If we do this, they are going to be very angry. Too angry, actually. Actually, it looks like it's going to be the same anger either way. Yeah, so if they're going to be that angry either way. We'll go ahead and take pulse stem from them. That will drop their loyalty very, very low. We will go ahead and we can't grant the generalship because it's 30 or greater. So we should have probably done that first. Wait, no. Yeah, 30 or greater. So that was a bad math on my part. Again, there's going to be a lot of that. But that's fine. So we'll just put, I guess, we'll go in here and we'll buy one. See how it is. Recruit one. George Wilhelm Hollersendorf. And he is kind of amazing. I would prefer that to be a shock placement, but I would rather have a good general with bad placement than a bad general with bad placement. They are almost full, so at the end of this month we will go ahead and deny the peasants. 7 peasants are going to rise up here. We should be defending. Yeah, we are defending in the woods, which is good. It looks like they don't have a leader, and we basically destroy them. We only take 1,000 casualties, 1.2, and we'll go ahead and move these guys back to Berlin. That way they can move here to Rupen very quickly at the start of not next month, but the month after. Alright, so we'll go ahead and stay here because it's going to take us 1 more month. So instead of declaring on the 1st of September, we'll declare on the 1st of October. Make sure that they're still only got Lubeck, which is good. They're not in any kind of trade league or nothing, right? Nope. Go ahead, claim Rostock. Go ahead, bring you back. We're going to go ahead and keep that, because we are now losing money very quickly. And we want to get here on the 1st of October. And then on the 1st of October, we will go ahead and declare war. And we will take Wismar. Lubeck will come in. That's fine. We will go ahead and move any of these. We do have one guy with a siege, our main general. So we'll go ahead and move a single troop there to Rostock just to keep them down, and then move these guys into Wismar. That's oh, I was still on speed 4. We'll go ahead and consolidate. We'll drop you off there, and we'll go ahead and drop off these 2 dudes here too, and then we'll take the rest into Lubeck. Luckily, it looks like that should be a stack wipe. Actually, no, they are going to get a tick back, but it should still be close. Yep. Yeah. It was a long fight, and it should not have been that long. At this point, we'll go ahead and just leave nobody and just run them here. It should, this one stack should stack like it did. we will go ahead and send a 1 stack back to Lubeck. Send our other army here to Rostock. Because I'm not sure how much this is going to take. 3,000 times 3, 9. So it's going to take most of our army to siege down Lubeck. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to go ahead down here. We've got one guy talking to our allies. We're going to go ahead and do both the allies for right now. I'd like to send one to the outrage targets, but right now we haven't enraged anybody. We only need 3 here, so we will select the army. We will create a new unit. We'll take these guys, 1, 2, and 3. Take them all back here to Wismar. Okay. Go ahead, group them all up. Ports are blockaded. That doesn't really matter. We've now been recording for 30 minutes, so we will go ahead and end it here. Thank you all for watching. This is probably going to be a fairly long series if all goes well. My luck, we'll probably have a new update shortly, and my computer will go ahead and automatically update, which will make this entire save file incompatible. But that's just a risk we're going to have to take. Thank you all for watching. I am Tucker0993.